Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and with the UK Sudoku Championship nearly upon us, it is a very good time for me to try another set of gas puzzles, genuinely approachable Sudoku, because the puzzles in the Championship will be very likely to be quite approachable Sudoku with a few genuinelys in there, so this is good practice rather than really complicated break-ins. To be fair, after a week in which I had what for me are very long puzzles, although I saw Simon did a 2-hour video yesterday, the mind boggles. I've had a week actually of very reasonable puzzles, so that's been good practice too. Let's see what happens now. So what I'm going to do, as always, is go through the blurbs from the Discord server. These puzzles get posted about a month ago on the Discord server in the daily Sudoku channel. I always want to call it a thread. That is so old school, it's embarrassing. And they are by Philip Newman, Clover and Bill Murphy, who are fantastic setters of gas puzzles. Thank goodness. And then they write blurbs about the puzzles. I read them out. They include the rules. Then we can attempt the puzzles, recording ourselves as we go. I'm just going to move my microphone. Hopefully, I don't know, it's got a bit louder lately with the fan on the machine for some reason. I don't know quite why that's getting picked up so clearly. It's annoying. Sorry. Anyway, yes, I'm going to read out the blurbs and then we'll get on with it. Now, I do want to mention that coming up in 2 days' time, even though I'll be away, we will be posting the Skunkworks brilliant Nightmare pack. That's Nightmare with a K. So many fantastic authors involved and so many good puzzles. 19 puzzles in total, all with this Nightmare constraint involving knight's moves and adding to 5 or 15. It's quite tough. Let's not beat about the bush. It's quite tough, and if you can get 5 of the puzzles done, the first 5, you qualify for a prize. And do join us on Patreon. Have a go at the contest. I think it's really going to be worth doing. But what else have we got going on? We've got all kinds of crossword videos going on. So check those out on the channel and on Patreon and our apps, including, of course, Gas 2 by these same 3 authors, which is out now on all platforms. So do check the links for that. Sven Sudoku Pad, thanks to Sven for some brilliant modifications lately as well. Sven works really hard on this stuff and we're very, very grateful. And etc, etc, merchandise too. Anyway, let's go through these puzzles. So the one on the screen is called For Granted by Bill Murphy. Now, that is a very good reminder that we must not take gas for granted. Good title, Bill. Ingredients, says Bill. Equal parts macaroni, cheese of your choice, evaporated milk. Steps: 1. Cook the macaroni according to the packet instructions, then drain the pasta. 2. Return the pasta to the pot. Cover with the evaporated milk, return to the heat. 3. Put the pot back on the heat. Then once the evaporated milk has boiled, take it off the heat, stir through the cheese. 4. Serve. Today's gas is like this mac and cheese recipe. It's a little killer. Also goes really well with bacon, mustard and jalapenos. Now, I am going to say this. Mac and cheese, that's interesting. Bill is Australian. Mac and cheese I think of as an American comfort food. It is available in the UK, but it is absolutely not a standard thing, I think. And please correct me if you think I'm wrong. You can get mac and cheese, but it's not necessarily known by that name, and it's not as prevalent, but maybe in Australia it is too. I did think maybe we were going to get a recipe a bit like Samuel Johnson's for cucumber, which was something like cut the cucumber into long equal strips, cover it with dressing and then throw it away as completely worthless, which I quite enjoyed. Anyway, normal Sudoku rules apply. That's the rules. Digits along an indicated diagonal must sum to the total given. So those 3 add up to 18. Those 3 add up to 19 and could include repeats. The dinosaur is a delicious Dilaparentia. What is the dinosaur, you're wondering if you're new to the to the gas, and there are basically times for fast solves. You get 1 party hat for a fairly fast solve, 2 for a very fast solve, and a dinosaur if you just get over the line at some point. I think I'm on a run of 102 2-hat puzzles, which is extraordinary. That is something I do not take for granted, and I will hope to prolong it, but I know that at one point it will come to an end. It may well be today. Then we go on to No Leaping by Philip Newman. Today we say farewell to February. This one came out on the 28th of February. Apologies to Matt Damon, we ran out of time. I would be shocked if Mark gets this reference. Well, Philip knows me too well. I do not get the reference. I'm going to guess it's something to do with that film where he played the devil. Anyway, see you in 366 days when we make up for 3 years without leap days, with 4 slightly overcooked puzzles with a total 2-hat time of 1 hour. Are you serious, Philip? You are literally planning leap day next year? I'm not sure. I don't think Philip is being serious, but you never know. That is the great thing. Today's guess is a classic Sudoku. Normal Sudoku rules apply, and that's it. And the dinosaur is a shortened Shingopana, and that is good news for me. Again, the Sudoku Championship will contain a whole round of classics, so good to get a little bit of practice in. Now, March the 1st's puzzle from Clover, the name is XV Killer, and she says that today's gas was inspired by a puzzle from a very fun and approachable pack by @Charlie. She provides a link to that. Why not solve them after you're done here and see if you can spot the inspiration? So you'll need to log into the Discord server to get that link. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits in a cage do not repeat and must sum to the indicated total. Digits separated by a V sum to 5, and digits separated by an X sum to 10. Not all possible X's and V's are necessarily given. The dinosaur's an artistic hour run, so despite being inspired by another puzzle, it's not a new rule set. It's the standard XV and killer rules. So there's something about the puzzle that was inspired. Interesting. We will go back to Bill for the 4th puzzle. For those of you who haven't poked around the Discord a lot, says Bill, I have a soft spot for the channel on monthly puzzle prompt. For those who aren't familiar, e.g. those watching this intro on YouTube, that's you, this channel has a new prompt each month where setters will set to a theme. I haven't made anything for it in a while because I've been using my energy on gas. Good man, we do not take it for granted. But this month's theme is sequels, so it feels only appropriate to post this today. If you went, oh, this is a sequel to his first puzzle for gas, a Thermo Killer Sudoku, then I love you. You can stay around. I didn't spot that, Bill, but love me anyway. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits in cages must not repeat and must sum to the small corner total. Digits on a thermometer must strictly increase as they move away from the bulb. The dinosaur is a repetitive raptor. Really? Raptor? Not just raptor? Okay. These guys know their dinosaurs. They research them thoroughly, so I'm going to have to believe it. Then that one was called Another Human-Made Sudoku. Then we go on to Killing Me Softly by Philip. Unlike my fellow gas setters, I don't believe in sequels. Lies. All of my Sudoku constructions are completely original and uninspired. Original, I believe, but inspired sometimes. Today's gas is a Killer German Whispers Sudoku. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits in cages cannot repeat and must sum to the total given. Digits in cells directly connected by a green line must differ by at least 5. So these two could be 1 and 9 or 1 and 6, but not 3 and 7. Difference wouldn't be enough. The dinosaur is an inspirational Ibirania, and with that we get to go back to the first puzzle in the set. I'm going to restart my clock every time, see what my time is like, and whether no, normally Miko Kisai will tell me if I get the 2 hats, but I believe that job has been passed over to Emily Williams for 2 or 3 weeks. We shall see. Anyway, thank you very much, Miko Kisai, for all you do. Thanks to Emily for stepping in, and let's see how we go. Let's get cracking. Okay, so we have got little killer clues. Why can't I use any of them straight away? Because those 2 add up to 6. Those two add up to 5. They must be a 2-3 pair because we can't use 4. Right, so this now can't be a 3-3 pair because one of them would clash with a 3. It's either 1-5 or 2-4. It doesn't actually look like a very happy hunting ground. Let's have a look at this. These add up to 6, so they're 5-1. In fact, we know the order this time. Don't think I did know the order on the other side of the grid. Now, 11 there. These add up to 6. But they could be 3-3 or 2-4 or 1-5. I don't see how I can tell. Okay, these add up to 14. They're an 8-6 pair. 8 there. Right, these add up to 16. They can't be 8-8 because of the 8-6 pair. So they're a 9-7 pair. They can't be 8-8 because one of them would clash with the 8 in these cells. Okay, these add up to 15. They can't be 6-9. They are 7-8. That 8 is going to tell me about the 6-8. The 7 is going to tell me about the 9-7. And now things are starting to feed to each other. So 7, we need another 12 here. Ah, this can't be 7-8 or 9. And that can't be 7-8 or 9. Beautiful. So they're both 6s. Look at the elegant construction there and marvel at Bill's skills, if I may use that term. Now, we've got 12... Oh, I misadded this up. This is not a 2-2 pair because that would clash. It's a 3-1 pair. Ah, that was much more helpful than my faulty arithmetic allowed me to believe. These add up to 6. Now they can't be 3-3. They can't be 1-5 because both ends would clash with a 1. They must be 2-4 and they must be in that order. And we've used all the clues apart from the really long one, which will probably come in at the end. Let's do Sudoku. That's what we're here for. A 1-9 there. We get a 4 here and a 3-8. A 9 and a 2, 3, 6, 9. Yes, they can all actually go in now. I bet the 1-8-5 group can't. No. Let's look across the top. We can play 7 and then 6 and 5. 9 and 1 in the box. Let's have a look at box 7. No, column 1 first to get us going. 5 there, 9 there. The 1-9 is sorted out. This is a known 3. 1-8-7 here that I can't do, so I probably... No, I can't do the 2-4-5 here either. Okay, let's do these downs. 2, 8, 9. Yes, I can do the 8. Yes, I can do all of them. 8, 9, 2. 3, 4, 5 here. Yes, they go in, so I must be able to do the 1, 5, 8 now. I can. Central digits are 2. 7 and 4 in row 4, 1 and 5 in row 6 that I can't determine. Now, what's happened here? So we can place the 4, but not the 2-5 pair. We can place the 7, but not the 1-8 pair. Oh, I'm going to use this, aren't I? 5, 12, 13, 15, 19, 20, 24, 31. That's a 1 to make the total work. Very nice, Bill. I bet lots of people have forgotten about that diagonal at this point in the puzzle. 6, 8, 9, and I think that was deliberate. There we go. Taken for granted. For granted. Maybe you took the long diagonal for granted. I don't know. Anyway, 3 minutes 49. That'll get me the 2 hats. I'm pretty confident. And allows me to move on to the second puzzle. No leaping. Because there's no leap day. That's why, of course. Right. Let's restart the clock. Let's get cracking on this one. That is a naked 9. 6 or 8. Is this naked? Yes. Thanks for the symmetry, Philip. 5 or 7 there. 2 or 4. That's also 2 or 4. So we've got a 6, 8 pair in the row. 3 in one of those. 3 in column 2 I can do. Doesn't help me with 3 in row 3. 3, 9, 5, 1, 7. That's a 2. This is 4 or 8. 1, 2, 4. So I can place 1, and that's a 2, 4 pair. 5, 7, 9 in those cells. Yeah, the corner cells of the corner boxes are remarkably unhelpful. Right, there must be a 4 there. So I can place 4 in box 4. 5 in row 5? No. The 5 in column 4, though, I can do that. Oh no, it's not quite the same in row 2. 4 there tells me where the 4 is. 2, 5, 4, 6. So again, 3 there. I've looked at that twice now. Waste of time. 4 in column 5. 4, 7. There's a 6 in one of those two cells, and an 8 in one of those two. That doesn't really help. 6, 7, 8, 4, 2, 3. There's a 1 in one of those two. Oh, I'm stumbling around against the bits that are difficult rather than managing to find the easy bits. 5, 2, 3, 4, 6. There's a 7. I can place that in box 2. That's the sort of thing I need to be able to do. And then I could use that 7. Doesn't really get much done for me. Oh, there's a 3 somewhere there. 2 in the central box. Look, I can do 2. So then I can do, 7. We've got a 7 in one of those cells. 2 in one of these. Don't know about 9 in that box. 9 in the central box. Okay, so 9 in the... Yes, I can finish the middle column. That was what I needed to be looking at. So we get an 8 in one of those two. Still not really getting this. 4, 8, 2, 5, 6. We've got a 1, 8 pair to place in box 2. 2 in the top row. That's done, actually. If I didn't write 0, it was done. That 6 sorts out no, it doesn't sort out the 1, 8 pair. That's surprising. 5, 7 pair left. 6, 5, 7, 2, 4. Right, this has to be 8 and 9 because of this 8, 9. So that's going to sort out box 2. 1, that's a 3. This is 5 or 7. 8, 4, 7, 5, 3. There's a 2. There's a 1 in one of those two. I've got an X-wing on 1s there and there. So this has become, in fact, I can place 1 in row 6. That's really what that's telling me. Using the X-wing is just the fancy way of asking a simpler question. That's become a 2. That's actually always been a 2 because the 4 in the corner is given. Oh look, Philip gave us a 3 already positioned in a corner here. That is a 4, 3 pair. Now we are finishing off 5 and 7. That's a 9 now. In fact, yeah, okay, this is going fairly straightforwardly now. I think everything else is just spotting what's been planted by the earlier seeds, to be honest. 9, 3. What have we got in the central box? 1 and 6. 5 there. 8 and 3. 8 and 9. 7 and 5. Down here we've got 6 and 9. 2 and 8. 4 minutes 19, you see, that's interesting. I'm quite good at classics. Didn't think that was going badly, and yet slower than for granted. I still think the 2 hats are in the bag. Who let the hat out of the bag? Right, XV Killer by Clover. So, yes, just regular XV and Killer rules. Let's start again. Ooh, where do we go from here? No totals in these cages are particularly big or particularly small. Oh, of course, we take the 12 cage and deduct the 5 there. It's absolutely straightforward. 11 minus 5 is 6. Oh, 5, 7. Oh, I mean, these cages just fill themselves in when you see what's going on. Sorry if that took me a few seconds more than it should have. 9, 1, 4. Basically, you're taking these cages, deducting one of the pairs where you've got a given total, and then you can just fill in the other digit, and that fills in each of the squares in each of the cells in turn, which is very nice. And I do remember another puzzle where something like that happened, actually. 9, 1, 4. So those 3 cell cages, they're all instantly done. This 25 cage doesn't have to have a 9 in. Okay, those add up to 10, so these add up to 11. They can't use... That was a terrible place to start. Here, those add up to 10, these add up to 15. That's not actually a lot better. It's 9, 6, or 7, 8. Those add up to 10. These add up to 6. That's where to start. It's a clover puzzle. Start in box 1. It's a rule. So 7, 8, 9 here. That must be 1, 2, or 3, but it sees 1 and 3. Excellent. That has to be a 7. So those add up to 17. That's a 4. That's a 9. These add up to 11. We can't use 3, 8, or 4, 7, or 2, 9. So that's a 5, 6 pair. 7, 5, 6, 4, 1. We can place 9 in the column. Those are 2 and 8, and actually that gives us 2 and 8 on the X. In fact, we know the order from that too. So 10, 19, that's a 6, that makes it work. This is a 7, 8 pair, which we can write in. That 3 must make the box total there work. 11, these add up to 10. What have we got? 3, 5, 6 in this row. Well, that can't be a 5, and it can't be a 6 because there's already a 4 in row 6. So that's as much as we can do, I reckon, from the cages, which is an awful lot. Let's not beat around the bush. I've used that twice in this video. That's very strange. A phrase I rarely use at all, as far as I know. This is now your chance to post how often I've used it in the last 2 videos. 4 and 8 down here. 1, 2, 7, 8, 6. No, where do we go? Let's box 3. Yes, 2 gets placed. I don't know, then the others don't. We can place 4 in box 6. That's helpful. So that's 5 or 6, which is a pair. So now I can do 7 and 1. It's very surprising this hasn't unwound, but I've got a 9 to put in the central box. 1, 5, and 6 in some order in the middle of it. That can't be 6. We can get 4 in this column. Then 9, 3, and 5 in box 2. That's going to fix almost all the outstandings. 5, 6, and 8 here. They're done. That fixes 5 and 6. That fixes 5 and 6 on the other side. This 1, 5, 6 is not done. We will go down to here and do 5 and 6. 4, 1. This is a 3, 9 pair. This is 7, 6, and we don't have the wherewithal to fix that yet. This looks like a naked 7, which is helpful. 1, 2, and 5. 5, 2, 1, 5, 1, 6. There we go. 4 minutes 20. So these puzzles are going pretty well today, thanks to each of the gas giants so far. And yes, Bill using the same cage pattern, and I bet Philip will in the final puzzle as well. It looked a bit like it. Classic inspiration stuff. Okay, this is another human-made Sudoku. Let's go. So 10 cage, that's nice, with a thermo in it. Just write that in. And the 30 cage, there's only one combination of 4 digits that can go in a 30 cage. Now, if this can't end in 9, I think this cage has to be 5, 6, 7, 8. Quick bit of maths to check that's right. I suspect this is going to be 2, 3, 4, 5 if it can't begin in 1. That's slightly easier maths to do. Oh, this 24 cage is 7, 8, 9. There's a lot of giveaways today. The 22 cage has to have a 9 in it. This one clearly doesn't have 5 or 8. The 7 cage is 1, 2, 4. Wow, this is very gas and go, isn't it? Now, what about this 9 cage? Don't know. Could be 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's got to be, because it can't be 1, 3, 5 or 1, 2, 6 because of that pair. 10 cage here. Could be 1, 2, 7. It's actually going to have to be. It's basically all about what can the second digit be and allow the cage to work. So we've got 5, 8, and 9 to go in this column. That's got to be a 5. That's got to be an 8 to allow the 14 cage to work. Now, do we start at the bottom? Let's start at the bottom. 9, 8 would work there. If you were to put a 5 here, yes, it's all about this digit. If you were to put a 5 here, then you can't make this cage work. So that is an 8. Pretty sure that's right. 3, 4 and 5 to place in the column. Not sure. I mean, that's probably obvious too, but I think I'm probably going to go back to Sudoku for the rest of the puzzle. 4, 1, 5, 8, triple. Down here we've got a 2, 1 pair resolved and a 9, 6 pair. The whole box is finished. 5, 6 there. Now I can do 3, 7. That's not a 1, that's not an 8. That's not a 6. Oh, what have I done there? Well, I was going to place 6 in the column, that's in the row, that's a 4. Now 1, 3 and 5 in this row, they're not so doable. That's an I-wing 9. An I-wing being a facetious term for a row or column of digits with 8 of them in already. That is 3 or 5. So there is a 4 on here. Okay, it can't go 4, 5 because then you'd need 2 lower digits. So it must go 3, 4, 6. Okay, and that is going to be helpful. I could probably have done that a bit earlier. Just not so good at the maths with the middly digits, to be honest. 6, 7, 3, 5. So we get a 1. That's an I-wing again. 3, 1, 5, 7, 6. Place 1 in that row. 9 has to be here. That's a naked 4. Then we can do 8 and 2. Something's gone wrong in this row. There's 2 1s in it because I put the 1 in the wrong place. The 1 should be in the corner. Oh, look, we got another 3 in the corner. That's a 9. Okay, apologies about the mistype. I think its effects are over. Got 5, 8 pair in the column. If anything goes wrong, it's from my pencil marking in this box. I know that's where I'll have to go back to. That's where the ugly started to happen in this puzzle for me. But I think we've got fixed and we've got away with it. 1, 7, 3, 4, like the Great Line from Fawlty Towers. I think I mentioned the war once, but I got away with it when he didn't. Right, another 4 minutes 14 time. My times are averaging right around the 4-minute mark today, which is fabulous. Just what I need, so I'm happy with that. Not quite the same cages in Philip's puzzles, but very similar. Okay, let's restart the clock. It's a German Whispers and Killer. Let's get cracking on this one. Okay, and some of these cages are full of digits. 12 must be 2 low ones here. I don't know, it could be 1, 2, 9, but there are certainly other possibilities. The 11, this can't be a 7 because that would involve a 3. So it's 8. Oh, it can't be 9, that's too high, so it's 8. And that's a 2-1 pair. No, a 3-1 pair. No, a 2-1 pair. Can't do the maths today. What's wrong with me? Maybe this is obvious then. If this is 8, that's a 3-1 pair. If it's 7, yes, one of these would have to be 3 or 4. So it can't be. Can't be 6, obviously. 9 was possible, but isn't now, since that can't be 1 or 2. Interesting. 8 was the number, and that's 3, and that's 1. This is a little crunchier, Philip. This is so predictable by Philip. Right. Yeah, I think we're all going to slow down a bit. Now, 10. Those are obviously low. They must be the lowest possible, surely. 1 and 2. Yes, if they were 1 and 3, we'd get the wrong digit there. So 7 there. Okay, I'm going to look at this. This must be 2 highs. Yeah, and that's low. But that can't be 1 or 3. It's not allowed to be 4 because the neighbours see each other. 2, and that must be 9 and 8. This 18, it's got a high. Ooh, they're both high, obviously. They don't involve 8. If they involved 6, we wouldn't get to the right number. So it's 7 and 9. That's a 2. That fixes our 1 and 2 over here. That fixes 1 and 2 in the 10 cage. Yeah, this is definitely a different level. Now there is a 1 in this cage and no 2 in it, so it's a 1, 3, 4 cage. And the 1 is not at the bottom. Right. Oh, this has got a high digit in. Well, that's got to be a 6. That's a 6-1 pair. That's actually a really easy cage. This has got a low digit in. I bet it's got to be a 4. It has. It's so interesting. The cages that look the least helpful are the most helpful. Classic Philip Newman all over there. That can't be a 2. So there's a 2 in one of those cells. Well, these look the least useful cages. I'm not even going to try with those. I'm convinced I'm right about that. Now this 20 cage, those are both high, clearly. That's low. Could it be a 4? No, they'd both have to be 9. That's the wrong total. 1 won't be enough, so that's a 3. And these are a 9-8 pair. There is a symmetry with the box, the 10 cage at the top. That 3 places 3 in the 8 cage. Oh, I can't hit the cells I'm aiming at. 6, 1. Oh, that's 7, 9's done. Look, all of the digits in most of those cages are in. Now, this can't be 9, 8, 5. So it's 9, 7, 6, and we know the order. There we go. I'm not doing any more colouring from now on. We can place 2, and then 5, and then a 3 in that cage. This is 5, 7, 8. They can be written in. I'm being tempted to look at these cage totals. Okay, 10 here. Can't be 8, 2, 3, 7 or 1, 9. It's 6, 4. 4 on the green gives me a 9. I bet that's going to... It's not going to turn into a 1. It's going to turn into a 6, isn't it? These add up to 10. They're not 2, 8, 7, 3 or 9, 1. They are 6, 4. It is going to turn into a 6. We get a 1 there. Lovely. I mean, it's lovely structure. Really, really elegant, as always. 8 there. Can't put in the 5, 7. Oh, come on. Just finish off now. Talking to myself and not having any effect, which is so often the way. Why is it that yourself is the least receptive person to your own advice? Quirk of nature. 5 and 8 in column 6. 7, 5, 9, 4, 3, 1. 1, 5, 3, 2, 8, 4, 6, 7, 9. Okay, these are going in now. Let's do these top rows. 5, 8 are a pair there, and then 4, 3. So that's all done. 6, 9. The 4, 7 pair in the middle is done. This is a 3, 4 pair, which I can't do yet. That's annoying. Right, let's do the final columns. 6, 5, 2, 7. Go across the other side. We can do 4, 1, 6, 7. That must help us finish the last few bits. It does. 4, 3. There we go. 5 minutes 27. So again, I would be pretty confident of the 2 hat times on those 5 puzzles. The guys are normally much more generous than the times I've taken, and rightly so. And that's been a good run through. Very helpful for me. I do want to repeat, we do not take genuinely approachable Sudoku for granted. The skill that has gone into making these puzzles is not served by the savagery with which I attack them, and I am cognizant of that, and all I could do is occasionally say how brilliant the setters are, because they absolutely are. And thank you to those guys for helping people with learning variant Sudoku, practicing the skills, and getting better at things, which is a fabulous gift to the world. Hope to see you again soon on the channel, and bye for now.